Welcome. This brief presentation showcases how Aleph Technology can help you produce creative, innovative Siddurim with high-quality design using the latest technology in desktop publishing. With our background in Jewish education, typesetting, and graphic design, we produce high-quality prayer books. We work with congregations and schools, or directly with teachers or students to help them reconnect to the words and ideas of the prayers so that the worship experience can be more meaningful and personal. Maybe you're still using an old favorite in-house photocopied service that was cut and paste, literally. We can typeset it so it looks attractive and professional. Shorter and customized Siddurim for bar and bat mitzvah or other special services are also available. How can a prayer book aid the worshiper in the act of prayer? Even in children's illustrated Siddurim that can be attractive, the way the text is presented may not help the worshiper connect more deeply to the meaning of the prayers. And while there exist some valuable resources for teaching tefillah, they cannot be used in a prayer setting. So typically, even if a teacher presents a fabulous lesson on a particular prayer, it is challenging to link those ideas when the students encounter the same text in their Siddur. What if the Siddur's design itself helped teachers spark a discussion about the themes of a particular prayer? What if the prayer book's page layout itself helped students reflect on the meaning or structure of the service? To illustrate our approach, we are using a few pages from the recently published Junior Siddur produced for the Leo Beck Day School. This Siddur was designed for students in grades 1 through 4. Aleph Technology had already produced a Senior Siddur for grades 5 through 8 at this Reform Day School in Toronto. We designed the Siddur page to look like a page of Talmud with the prayer text in the center, and we wrote a commentary to explain the themes of the prayers, including inspirational readings to enhance their meaning. The response to this Siddur was so positive that the school engaged us again to produce a Siddur for their youngest students. This time our design challenge was to design a Siddur for younger students that would be engaging and educational without relying on textual commentary. Images and layout, instead of explanations, would have to illustrate the structure of the prayer book and the significant themes of the prayers. Even the cover conveys an important idea about the prayer book. The cover design is a collage of images drawn by students from the school. This quilt-like creation is like the Siddur itself, which is an anthology of texts from Torah, Tanakh, rabbinic literature, and later sources. The prayer book reflects the many different communities and different periods of Jewish history. This prayer book, too, reflects the values of this community. The Siddur has 4 services, a core abbreviated service for both weekday morning and Kabbalat Shabbat, and 2 extended services for older students. As the designer of the Siddur, I asked myself, how will I illustrate the meaning of prayer? There are 3 key words that relate to prayer. The goal of prayer is more than reading Hebrew words or singing songs. It is about experiencing wonder and expressing gratitude. The title page for each of the 4 services has the image of a heart. The rabbis call prayer avodat halev, the service of the heart. At the same time, Judaism also provides an order and a fixed set of words. This is the meaning of the word Siddur. In this prayer book, a series of icons that represent the order of the service are displayed on each page. A red frame highlights the worshipper's place in the service. The worshipper must find a balance between keva and kavanah. Finally, the word tefillah adds a 3rd dimension to prayer. Prayer is self-reflective. By illustrating both the themes of the prayers and the structure of the service, the Siddur's fractal nature becomes more apparent. In a fractal image, when we zoom in, we see the same pattern. In the blessings before and after the Shema, we recall 3 themes: Yotzer Breshit, creation; Ahava Rabbah, revelation; and the Geula, redemption. These themes can be seen in the outline of the morning service. Here the icons represent Birkot HaShachar and Psukei de Zimra that focus on God's creation. The Shema and the Amidah are about Torah and our relationship with God, and the Aleinu concludes with a prayer for redemption. The service begins with praise, moves to requests, and concludes with thanks. Similarly, the central Amidah prayer begins with 3 blessings of Shevach, 12 blessings of Bakashot, and concludes with 3 blessings of Hoda'ah. The Aleinu too is fractal. This image that illustrates the Aleinu page in one of the services shows God as creator, Yotzer Breshit, as giver of Torah with a unique relationship with the Jewish people, and finally, as ruler of all. Many ideas found in the Siddur are difficult to illustrate. How does one draw a picture of the Aleinu's final wish, that on that day God's name will be one? We decided that since today God's name is not one, this page includes God's name in many different languages and alphabetic scripts. This page also hints at the parallel between the Shema and the Aleinu. Both end with the words Adonai Echad, and like the Shema, written with an enlarged ayin and dalet, the first and last letters of the Aleinu are similarly highlighted. Since God cannot be drawn, we initially thought the Aleinu prayer would be the most difficult prayer to illustrate 4 different times. On closer examination, we were struck by the Aleinu's use of 7 different names for God, since the Aleinu concludes, "On that day God's name will be one." Why then would the Aleinu use 7 different names for God? Just like we see 7 different colors in a rainbow, even though they are all formed from white light, in this Aleinu we have written each of God's 7 names in a color, and the Tetragrammaton, the 4-letter name of God in white. The prism illustrates how white light is refracted, just as today we see God's name in a variety of colors. There are so many more examples we could provide, but as you can see, the richness and depth of meaning in each page lends itself not only to multiple interpretations, but also teachable strategies. Therefore, a teacher's guide is being written collaboratively with a team of teachers through an online document to take full advantage of the opportunities for teaching and enhancing the prayer experience. For more information on how your school or synagogue could develop an exciting, accessible prayer book or teacher's guide, please contact Aleph Technology at www.alephtechnology.com or email us at baruch@alephtechnology.com.